If you're an artist over 50 whose family, studio, and admin all compete for your energy, then this video is for you. Maybe you walk into your studio space and see scattered paintings, tubes of paint, unwashed brushes, piles of paperwork, and think, I can never be organized enough to have a real art business. The real problem isn't talent or discipline. It's just that nobody has helped you build simple systems for this stage of your life, with caring responsibilities, with fluctuating levels of energy, and a brain that is done with juggling everything in your head. Imagine walking into a clear, active zone where today's painting is waiting for you, where your admin power hour is ring-fenced and ready to go, and you've got a one-page task list of things you know you have to get done this week. In this video, I'll walk you through 4 3-step systems to calm your studio, contain your admin, honor your commitments, and move everything from your head into simple, repeatable structures. Hi, I'm Simone. I'm an abstract artist and a former senior business analyst in the corporate world. And I created my 7-step plan for artistic success because I needed a business plan that was going to enable me to make income from my art and work around cancer recovery, chronic pain, and single parenting, not 12-hour hustle days. I know what it's like to want your art to pay you without having to turn your life into a tech-heavy circus. By the end of this video, you'll have simple, artist-friendly systems you can start using this week to stay sustainable and organized, even with limited energy, time, and tech confidence. At the same time, we have such strengths. We have decades of work and life experience, the ability to follow routines, a deep sense of responsibility, and rich and creative skills. Step 5 of the 7-step plan for artistic success is about staying organized and sustainable. It's where we turn all of that into daily and weekly systems that support you instead of draining you. It sits after you've explored your purpose, who you're creating for and why, what you offer, and how often you want to be seen. In this video, we're going to focus on 4 of the biggest and most common pain points: chaotic studio and visual clutter, admin and tech overwhelm, juggling caring for a family and art, no simple systems, and constant overwhelm. And we'll do it using a 3-step system that's designed specifically for artists over 50. Number 1 is a calm studio workflow. Number 2 is a gentle admin power hour. Number 3 is creating flexible, caring, and friendly rhythms. And number 4 is creating our one-page studio nerve center. We'll use an acrylic painter in the examples that follow, but please feel free to adapt them to whatever creative or craft world that you are coming from. So, number 1, the calm studio workflow. You open your studio door and your shoulders tighten. You've got stacks of paintings against the wall, piles of paper, mystery jars full of who knows what, things you meant to sort out weeks ago, and instead of feeling inspired, you just feel drained. For most artists, visual clutter isn't just untidy. It creates decision fatigue, stress, and often a harsh inner voice that tells us we should have sorted this by now. When your energy and your time are already precious, the extra stress can lead you to not paint at all. So we bring in system 1, which is a calm and steady studio workflow. And in this, we're going to define our active zone. Instead of I must declutter the whole studio, you select one small active zone. And this is going to be where today's painting lives. Everything else, you're not going to worry about for now. Clear just this zone. One easel, one table, one painting on a wall. Put your current work in progress there, so as soon as you walk into the studio, you see it there waiting for you. Step 2 is creating simple homes for key items. Pick 5 to 10 items that you use constantly. It may be paintbrushes, paints, a wet palette, cloths, brushes, gesso, primer, whatever it is that you use. Give everything a clear home within this active space. One jar, one box, one tray, one shelf, whatever. Labels are optional. Consistency is essential. Spend one short block, maybe 20 to 30 minutes, just doing this. Don't aim for Instagram pretty, although you can film this for a short if you want to, but just make it so that you can find anything you want within 2 to 5 seconds. And that's the system. Step 3 is your closing down ritual. So at the end of each creative session, you have a small ritual. Everything within the active zone is put back into its key place. So paintbrushes are washed and put back into their pot. Paints are put back onto their tray. You use a cloth to wipe down the area, and you put your painting ready in the active zone for when you walk in tomorrow. Set a timer for 10 minutes so you don't spend extra time faffing. You just do what you need to get done to get your space organized, and that's it. Once this simple ritual is defined, your brain knows what to do. Over time, this resets messy studio shame into my studio welcomes me. System 2, your gentle admin power hour. So now we're going to sort the tech and the admin pain. DMs, invoices, website updates, emails, all of these can feel like 3 extra jobs piled on top of your main job of being an artist. It's all in your head, you're trying to remember it, but all you do is feel constantly behind. In step 4 of my artistic plan, we defined how we're going to be seen and heard with our marketing power hour. Here in step 5, we're defining something similar, an admin power hour. This could be daily, it could be bi-weekly, weekly, monthly, whatever suits you best. The most important thing is that it's a dedicated slot for you to work on your admin and business tasks, and it fits around your lifestyle and your commitments. The key is that it is contained and it is predictable. 3 steps to our gentle admin power hour. Step 1 is containing the power hour to 1 regular slot. Just remember to select a realistic time that matches your life and your commitments. And then during the week when admin appears, receipts, invoices, inquiries, you drop them into 1 inbox. That could be a physical inbox, or it could be an online inbox, or it could be a combination of the both. And every time you put something in there, you're thinking to yourself, I'm dealing with that in my admin power hour. Step 2 is following the same mini checklist every time. So you need to create a tiny checklist that you're going to follow every time you have your admin power hour. This helps you stay focused on the task and ensures that you get everything you need to get done. So it might be something like log any new art sales, reply to any new messages or inquiries, send or check invoices and payments, update your records and files, for example, your nerve center lists, basic inventories, or expense notes. Decide what it is you're going to get done in this power hour, keep it in a task list, and keep that task as visible so that you get it out every time you sit down to do your admin power hour and you know exactly what it is that you need to get done. Step 3 is slotting in 1 tiny tech or systems upgrade into your power hour. So instead of trying to tackle all systems at once, you choose just 1 small improvement every month that supports your studio and your business admin. 1 month you might set up a simple invoice template. The next month you might create a simple spreadsheet or a notebook that tracks your artwork inventory and your sales. And the next month you might create some folders, either online or in real life, that tracks your receipt, that keeps your receipts, or it keeps all your important business admin documentation all together. So during the admin power hour, you dedicate 20 minutes towards these tech updates. That's all. Step 3 is all about creating a flexible, caring, and friendly rhythm. This is where we talk about juggling caring, juggling family, and juggling our art. We understand and we know that our days are filled with interruptions and other commitments. We can't just block off huge amounts of time to dedicate to our art. Traditional time management assumes that you control your calendar and your time. We don't. So instead of fighting reality, we design a system that works with it. So step 1, your minimum creative week. In our last video, we created a minimum viable marketing plan so that you could remain visible even in your busiest and most draining weeks. So we've got something similar here for your creative time. Defining the smallest version of a real creative week you can honestly sustain. For example, that might be 3 30-minute painting blocks and 1 20-minute admin block a week. That's your minimum viable creative week. Anything else is a bonus, not an expectation. So write this down. My minimum viable creative week is, and then choose something so gentle that it almost feels too easy. That's the point. It ensures that even in your busiest weeks, you still are creating. Step 2 is using time windows, not rigid time slots. So instead of rigidly saying, I will have creative time on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays between 10 and 2, you say, I will have 4 30-minute creative windows on a Monday and a Thursday. So what I want you to do is look at your week and circle 2 to 3 windows of time where you might be able to fit in creative time. So when a creative window arrives, you either use it or you reschedule it if other commitments arrive. without self-criticism. And step 3 is predefining micro actions for tough days. On heavy days, you don't need to be productive. You just need a creative way to stay connected to your art. So what I would like you to do is create a list of 10-minute micro actions. And they may be things like mixing a new color palette, gessoing small panels, sketching quick thumbnails, varnishing 2 small pieces, photographing 1 finished painting. Keep this micro list in your studio or at your nerve center, and on really busy days, choose 1 thing to do. You've shown up, and that's enough. So what this system does is ensures that you're respecting your other commitments, but also ensuring that you're turning up for your art and keeping it alive in the middle of your real life. Stage 4 is defining your 1-page studio nerve center. So in this step, we're going to address the mental load. It's often the case that our brain is overloaded because we know we've got artwork to send, we've got invoices to deal with, we've got shows coming up, and we've got people waiting for replies to their inquiries. But it's all living in your head. And this constant remembering, forgetting, remembering can be so draining. Unfortunately, as we get older, carrying everything around in our short-term memory gets really exhausting. But we can be excellent at lists and organizing as long as it's all in one place. So here's our 3 steps to get our mental load organized. What I want you to do is choose 1 home. Now this can be online, it can be in a journal, it can be in a notebook, it can be on an A4 piece of paper, it can be in a folder. This is your studio nerve center, and the rule is if it's important to your art or your money, then it lives in this studio nerve center. So what I want you to do is to create 4 lists. Works in progress, ready to sell pieces and where they are, important dates and deadlines, and number 4 is people to follow up with, whether that's galleries or collectors or students. Don't try to populate these lists all in one go. Spend 20 to 30 minutes a day working on 1 list. And then step 3 is to link this to your admin power hour. So when you sit down to do your admin power hour, the first thing you do is open up your studio nerve center. You update what's sold, you update where paintings have moved to, what's coming up for you, and who needs a message. So remember that opening up your Studio Nerve Center folder is the first task on your admin power hour list. So over time, this Studio Nerve Center folder becomes the calm brain of your art business. You don't have to hold it all in your head. It's all there in black and white. Let's bring this to life with a short story. You meet Elaine. She's a 62-year-old acrylic painter. She loves bold color and is inspired by nature. She cares for her mum 3 days a week, and she picks up her grandson from school twice a week. For years, she's been saying to herself, I'll sort out my studio and I'll begin to get serious about my art when I've got the time and things calm down. But the thing is, things never do. One day, after getting extremely frustrated with the state of the studio and the complete chaos of her business, she decides to try a different approach where she puts some simple systems in place. She started with her calm studio workflow. She chooses 1 table as her active zone. She clears that and she creates a short close down routine. Within a week, walking into the studio is feeling lighter and more inviting already. Next, she built a caring, friendly rhythm. She decides that her minimum viable week that she can do is 2 30-minute painting slots and 1 20-minute admin power slot. A lot of weeks she does more, but some weeks she does just that. But at least what she's not saying is, I'm not creating at all. Then she set up her Studio Nerve Center in a notebook, 4 lists on 4 pages, and she made sure she updated them during her gentle admin power hour, which she had every Tuesday afternoon. She remembered that in step 4 she'd already created her marketing power hour, so she left all the socials to the marketing hour, and on Tuesdays she just dedicated herself to her admin power hour. Within 2 months, her experience completely changed. She could find all her artwork, she knew who she had replied to, and all her invoices had been sent out on time. The result is, over the year, because she was more organized, her sales became more regular and steadily began to climb. Not because she worked longer hours, but because she worked with gentle, clear systems that respected her time and her caring responsibilities. Her life didn't suddenly become easy. She still was caring for her mum, she was still caring for her grandchild, but she had time, she was organized, and she was creating. every week. Next, I've got some prompts and some questions that you can use as a worksheet to help you define your systems. So number 1, where does studio clutter or visual chaos most get in the way of your painting right now? What could be your active zone, one small area you could commit to clearing and using first? Which 5 to 10 tools or materials do you reach for in almost every session that need a clear, consistent home? What 3 tiny steps could make up your 10-minute close-down routine? If you're honest about your current season of life, what is your minimum viable creative week? Which time windows in your typical week have the best chance of holding a 20 to 30-minute painting or admin block? What 10-minute micro actions could you list for low energy or emotionally heavy days so you can still feel connected to your art? What format feels kindest for your one-page studio nerve center, notebook, spreadsheet, or simple app? Which 4 master lists do you most need in your nerve center right now? How does staying organized and sustainable support your bigger purpose from step 1, the kind of artist and life you want to be living? How will these systems help you show up more consistently for the people you create for, your ideal collectors and audience from step 2? If you could choose only one of the 4 systems to start with this week, Active Zone, Admin Power Hour, Caring Friendly Rhythm, or Studio Nerve Center, which would make the biggest difference right now? You don't need to do everything now. You don't need to implement all 4 of these systems right now if you don't want to. Just pick one and start with that one. Next month, pick another one, do that one, and so on. So here's your assignment for today. I want you to finish this sentence. This week, I will implement 1 or more of the systems and write down which systems they'll be. Maybe it's your active zone, maybe it's your admin power hour, maybe it's your gentle rhythms, maybe it's your studio nerve center. As we move through the 7 steps for artistic success, this step, step 5, becomes the solid foundation for your offers, for your purpose, for your visibility. Little by little, your art business becomes calmer and clearer and far more sustainable in a way that honors our age, our commitments, and our health. Sorry, full of cold today. It's freezing, it's raining. I have to keep my ears warm, but soldiering on. If you're an artist over 50, don't want to spit everywhere. Oh dear, it's going to be one of those days. Paints are washed. I'm sorry, brushes are washed. Oh, damn, this cold.